Summer is very nearly upon us. The good weather riding is coming. It's just around the corner. Have faith. But with that sometimes comes some uncomfortably hot days where it's all too tempting to wear something inappropriate for motorcycle use, like a t-shirt, so that you get that airflow through and you don't overheat when you're on the bike. I would never recommend doing something like that. I would always err on the side of wearing something approved for motorcycle use, such as a mesh motorcycle jacket. So you get that airflow through to cool you down, but you don't sacrifice anything as far as that all-important safety goes. Especially when there is so much choice on the market, you have lots of different options. They all offer something slightly different, but all within the same kind of vein. So we've compiled 5 of our favorite mesh motorcycle jackets here at Urbane Rider. I'm sure you have your preferences or choices on that, so do let us know if you feel like we've missed anything out. And for all of the jackets I talk about, just know that if you go on the website or follow the links, you'll find some more in-depth reviews if you want to know more about each individual item. Let's start with what you could consider the best value as far as our summer jackets go, and that is the REV'IT Eclipse, which comes in at £130, which is very cheap for this kind of jacket. And I hesitate to use that kind of word because often that has negative connotations, but just know they are not sacrificing anything as far as quality goes with this. Let's substitute it for value for money, because it really is. So with this, as I say, it is still a safe motorcycle jacket at the end of the day, even with that venting, which you can see across the chest, down the arms, and out the back as well. Even just from a visual standpoint, you can tell the airflow can get through there quite easily. But that is abrasion resistant. Then you've got slightly more abrasion resistance across the impact zones with their polyester construction, which is slightly thicker and tougher, obviously where it needs to be, where you might touch down if you were to come off. So that's across the back of the arms there, across the chest, shoulders, and down your spine as well. For safety, the jacket itself is CE certified level A, which is more a classification for kind of urban riding. It's also got armor included in the arms, so you've got that on the shoulders and the elbows from a company called Knox, and that's level 1. You haven't got any back armor in this one, but it has got a pocket if you want to put it in. I would always recommend doing that, but not everyone likes it, so that's completely your choice. You've got some simple features across the rest of it, so you've got a clasp around your neck if you want to fasten it off and make it a bit more secure around the top. You've got 2 pockets on the outer, quite sizable actually, 1 pocket on the inner. You've got adjusters under your arms, 1 level of adjustment, but it's still nice to have. They're all the same. And then you've got adjusters around your wrist and your waist. That's a Velcro attachment this time, so you can make that nice and tight. And you've got double loops on the inside if you need to attach it to a pair of trousers to stop them separating if you were to come off. You've also got a reflective material for the REV'IT logo on the front and the back if you're riding at night. You've also got different styles. You can go for different colors depending on what you prefer. So you've got black, as you can see here. It also comes in brown, green, blue, or silver if that's more to your style. But as I say, the big selling point to this one really as a modern looking motorcycle jacket is that it is a fantastic price point. I'll say again, £130 for this jacket, and it is highly vented and really light and comfortable. Now, not everyone has the same taste or style when it comes to their motorcycle clothing. Some people prefer a vintage or classic style to their motorcycle clothing, and the Merlin Chigwell sets itself apart from the rest of the mesh jackets just by the aesthetic, the overall appeal and shape to this. So this is classically styled, as I say. Part of that is helped by the fact that they've gone for a different material across the impact zones. They have gone for a thicker material, again, where you're likely to touch down across your arms and the top of your back. This time going for Kotek, which gives you that lovely wax cotton look. You've also got the quilting on the shoulders just to add to that vintage aesthetic, but slightly better even for abrasion resistance. So this is actually CE certified level AA, which is more typically used for kind of touring jackets. And it's just a higher level of safety, ultimately. You've also got armor throughout. Level 1, that's from D30, that's all through your arms. And you've got the back protector included this time. It's nice and thin, actually, really nice armor. We love D30, but it's really discreet and subtle from the outside. You don't really notice it too much. As far as the rest of the style goes, first I'll just mention the fact that this comes in 2 color variants. You've got either black or olive, as you can see here. Simple features throughout. You've got YKK zips, again vintagely styled. You've got 2 pockets on the outer. You've got 2 pockets on the inner as well this time, so 1 on the left side and a breast pocket if you require. You've got adjusters under your arms, Velcro attachment this time, and then you've got adjusters on your wrists and your waist if you need, as well as an attachment again for a pair of trousers if you want to connect them up. And it does actually go slightly further at the back there, so it comes even past the belt line of your trousers, again to help if you were to come off, that's not going to expose any of your skin to the ground. You've also got this padded material around your wrists and neckline to make it even more comfortable. And when we're talking about value for money, Merlin is another company that can really pride themselves on their value for money. Even with the back protector included on this one, it comes in at $179.99. You're getting a lot of jacket for that money. One thing I would say is that they tend to be on the large side as far as sizing goes, so do check our size guide on this one in particular. If you need a little bit more versatility from your summer jacket though, we have the Merlin Shenstone to my right. I know it's another jacket from Merlin, but that just goes to prove how good they are in this class, how much variety they've got, and how much they just keep improving their products. So this does offer some slightly different things to the Chigwell, similar kind of venting, similar safety rating actually as well. So this is AA approved. You've got that 8-ounce Kotek down the impact zones, down your arm, across your shoulders as well. Slightly more on the chest because you've got these pockets obviously, but it is still a really highly vented jacket, very comfortable for summer riding. But where this sets itself apart from the Chigwell, it actually has a Reset Active waterproof liner, which is removable if you so choose, but it just means if you get caught out in, well, let's face it, we live in the UK, it's as likely to be hot and wet as it is just hot. So it's nice to have that versatility. If it does rain, you can just zip that in there and you'll be nice and comfortable for your day's riding. As I say, it is a CE AA certified jacket, so it is nice and safe. You've got the full armor throughout, as you would find with the Chigwell, so that's in your arms and back. Again, that's from D3O, so it's nice and comfortable. Feature-wise, it is kind of subtle. We've got, again, the YKK zips, a fastener across your neck there. We've got 4 pockets on the outer, 2 on your chest, 2 on your waist. You've got 2 on the inside underneath the liner. You've also got an attachment for a pair of trousers. Again, it also comes down quite far past the belt line, so you are more covered across your back. And then you've got adjusters under your arms, same as the Chigwell, and then you've got adjusters on your wrists and your waist as well. There is slightly more to it than the Chigwell. Understandably then, it has a slightly higher price point of $199.99, but again, that is still fantastic value for money, and you wouldn't expect much else from Merlin, to be honest. They have it in 2 colors. You have either black or the olive that you can see here. Again, I will say that they size a little bit on the large side, so do check the size guide with these, but it's a great, comfortable summer choice. And if you wanted further proof of that, I believe this actually has been our best seller for this year so far. So clearly people know how to manage their expectations of a British summer. And then if we're talking about versatility, we couldn't not mention Knox and the Urbane Pro Mark II that we've got here. So this one is a super versatile jacket in that it could be either an underlayer comfortably under a lot of other jackets or clothing, and it can stand on its own merits by itself. You don't have to wear anything over the top if you don't want to. Now, they used to make this, if you're not familiar with the origins, as an underlayer. The Urbane used to be their underlayer, which held the armor in place, but you needed something abrasion resistant over the top. They then improved that to make the jacket itself abrasion resistant, so you could wear it as an underlayer or by itself. And they've improved it still further with the Mark II. Some of it is cosmetic, but the thing that really impresses us is obviously the fact that it now has that AA rating, so it's even more safe than the original jacket, and it doesn't sacrifice anything as far as comfort or style. It's very similar if you've seen the Urbane Pro before. For abrasion resistance, we have that Arrownet mesh fabric across the majority of this, which is essentially a really highly abrasion resistant nylon, which gives it its form, it gives it its comfort and flexibility and the amount of venting that they're allowed to get away with. And of course, as I say, that AA rating. The rest of the armor and safety you've actually got from Knox, unsurprisingly. This is their Micro Lock armor, level 1 in the arms, level 2 with the back protector, so nice and chunky on there. And they really do have a good quality armor, proven by the fact that they actually sell it to other companies. So honestly, you're going to use the best in your own jackets, aren't you? So this one is, as far as extra benefits that you get from the armor, very good at regulating heat. Sometimes you'll find with the softer armors, they're a little bit stiffer and less comfortable when it gets to the colder temperatures. So this holds itself much better. This probably is one of the jackets above all else that it's good to see the in-depth review on this if you do want to follow that to check out more details. But just briefly, as far as the features go, we've got that chunky zip on the front. We've got 2 pockets actually on the outer, one on the chest and one actually around the back just above your waist, so that they list as being useful for things like a raincoat or a waterproof overlayer if you want to put that in there, but you can store whatever you want to. 2 pockets on the inside, slightly smaller, but more storage there. You can also add their chest armor if you choose via the Velcro attachment on the inside, and you've got these two loops around your wrist, so you can loop that over your thumb, and again it helps the jacket stay where it should do really. The benefit to this is that the armour can hug in nice and tight. The idea is to get it as form-fitting as you can so the armour stays where it should be if you were to come off. I understand some people get frustrated by that, and I get that if you're walking around just with the jacket on, but honestly, when you get your gloves over the top of these loops, you really don't notice they're there, and they help keep the jacket where it should be. Honestly, this is a fantastic choice. If you want further proof of that, just go by the fact that this is still, I believe, our best-selling item of all time at Urbane Rider, so people clearly like it. It comes in at $229.99, and it's fantastic value for the amount of jacket you're getting here. And when I say that, what I mean is it is essentially lots of different jackets in one, depending on what you want to put over the top of it. Realistically, feasibly, you could wear this in the winter if you have a nice thick layer over the top. And last but not least, we've got the looker of the bunch, the Belstaff Temple. So this is a really nicely styled motorcycle jacket, nicely finished as well. You wouldn't expect any different from Belstaff, but what I really like about this one is its subtle styling. It doesn't scream and shout motorcycle clothing to me, so it looks great on and off the bike if you're walking around after you've gotten off it and parked up. They do that by keeping the venting, again, strategically placed, very intelligently placed. The jacket itself is really lightweight, so don't worry about the fact that you're losing out on the mesh on the front of the jacket. You've got loads, more than enough, down your arms and on the inside of the jacket as well, under your arms, around your waist, if you need. The rest of the material is this abrasion-resistant nylon, so that's where you're going to get your safety from. This is actually CE certified at level A for a jacket as a whole. You've got level 1 armour in the arms, that's your elbows and shoulders, and a pocket for a back protector if you want. Not everyone likes that, so you don't have to put it in if you don't need to. And the features are very simple, very elegant across the rest of the jacket. So you have got a big chunky YKK zip on the front there. You've got 2 buttons around your neck there so you can fasten that off and make it tighter. You've got 2 pockets on your chest. You've also got 2 around your waist, decent kind of size, and 1 on the inside, and some adjustment around your waist as well if you require, as well as a reflective strip across the back of the jacket at the bottom, a reflective logo at the top of your back between your shoulders, and a little bit on your sleeves as well if you're riding at night. You should also know this jacket comes in 3 different color variants, so you've got either the navy that you can see here, which is my personal preference, my favorite. You've also got a military green, which is a bit more of a gray color, and then a clean looking black if you choose instead. Sizing is pretty true. Do check the size guide if you're at all unsure. This is coming in at £275. It's one of those things that you just don't know until you've tried it on, the kind of quality and finish and the comfort that you get with a Belstaff jacket. Now I'm sure you have your own favourite summer mesh motorcycle jackets, so drop any down below that you feel like we may have missed, as well as your comments and questions. Follow the links in the descriptions if you want any more details on any of the jackets I've featured, and a really good size guide on our website. And for more of the world's finest riding gear, stay tuned to Urbane Rider. Thank you. Enjoy your summer.